Welcome to the RadioU podcast. Coming up, how many secret families did Frosty the Snowman have?
Also, the historic LeBron James streak that just came to an end.
All that and more on the way next. Of course, we get this news right after we get Spotify Wrapped. Everybody's feeling good. Maybe our listening age was a little insulting, but
it was fun.
We're flying high.
Yeah.
And then Spotify, they didn't announce this themselves, but it's being reported that in early 2026, Spotify is going to be raising prices.
Boo.
Boo. Yeah, 8772 RadioU. There's no word on exactly how much they're going to be raising prices, but I do have here that JP Morgan estimates that if they just increased by $1 per month, that would be another $500 million in additional annual revenue for Spotify.
Oh my gosh.
So hopefully that means that's all they'll raise them by is just the $1.
Yeah, hopefully it'll stop for a while because I didn't realize this, but they actually raised prices last year in July of 2024. I knew they had raised them at some point because it went up from 10 to 12 for Spotify Premium, and I couldn't remember when exactly that had happened.
Well, once every 2 years. Now, all of a sudden, I'm in the camp of it's not that bad, but I'm just once every 2 years when you compare it to some of the other streaming services, it feels like they raise the price every week.
Yeah.
So that's, I feel like Spotify, maybe they're trying also. Again, despite the fact that Spotify is not officially announcing this, it's just being reported. There's already cover being laid for Spotify of it's not our fault at Spotify. We wanted to keep prices the same. It's those darned record labels that are telling us to raise prices. And by the way, those same record labels also work with Apple Music, so don't be surprised if maybe a price increase comes there too.
Yeah, it's just overall what we're finding with streaming is that whether the record labels are telling Spotify directly to raise the cost to consumer, I don't think they're telling them that. But I think what the record labels are saying is you need to pay our artists more money. You can't just continuously pay them this little tiny bit of money for their streams. And so I think that's the pressure that comes from these record labels. I doubt the labels themselves are you need to raise the prices by $1 to all of the consumers. They just want more money from Spotify, and Spotify's okay, we'll pass that on to the consumer.
Yeah, you know what sucks? We say this every time is Spotify basically has a blank check. Yeah. Because what am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
What's the alternative?
I know.
And then secondarily, it's what can you imagine? Not even if you were to switch streaming services, obviously that would be a nightmare. One of the biggest undertakings in my entire life would be trying to switch to a different streaming service. But is Spotify not essentially the greatest invention in our lifetime?
Yeah, you were kind of talking to me about this off the air yesterday. You were mentioning, I don't know what we did before this, how we lived without streaming.
If all of a sudden all music streaming was stricken from the on-demand music services, what would we do? How much would our lives suffer?
I know. It'd be a world where, unfortunately, we don't have the choice and freedom that we have now with it. And we'd go back to being, we have to use the CDs that are in our car. Or we'd have to use, an MP3 player, which is limited to how much music it can hold. Or an iPod, whatever. And so there'd just be more limitation. And what's cool about streaming is it takes all of that limitation away.
This is what I'm thinking, too, if, what the record labels need to think about. Spotify's $11.99 per month right now, right?
Yeah.
That's about the price of if we went back to CDs or even iTunes. That's about one album. How many albums do the record labels think we would buy? It might be one a month.
Right.
Literally, there would be some people that would buy way more than that. But now that we know what Spotify, we couldn't go back.
No.
We wouldn't be buying a bunch of albums, spending hundreds of dollars a month.
Yeah.
So this is as much money as they can have.
Yeah.
We cannot give them more.
No, we don't have more.
Not for streaming anyways.
Right.
Not for listening.
Right.
For concerts, for merch, maybe. But I think the record labels need to look themselves in the face and be like, how much more do you think Spotify can actually give you?
I don't know.
Happy Football Friday on Radio U. Allie and I are going to give our picks for 4 of the biggest games in the NFL and college this weekend, plus an upset special each. And whoever loses is going to get punished on Monday by having to make a case for a person to win the Heisman that they don't think will actually win it. Let's get things started in college. Coming up tomorrow, Allie.
Alabama versus Georgia.
Well, okay, Kirby Smart. He's 1-7 against Alabama. But this has been a year of streak breaking. We saw Ohio State break the streak against Michigan. We saw Tennessee finally get the win in the swamp. So I think Georgia's going to be more prepared. Alabama seems to be, they've gone a little downhill in their past few games, especially on offense. They've become very one-dimensional, and that one dimension has been struggling, which is the passing game. So I think Georgia's going to be ready. It's so hard to beat a team twice in the same season. I think it'll be a close game, but I'm going with Georgia.
I'm going to take Alabama. I feel like they're a bit more motivated than Georgia, who will be in the playoff for sure, whether they win or lose. Alabama cannot risk losing. I don't think the committee would leave them out, but they can't. They don't know that for sure, and so they just need to win. Plus, again, they seem to historically match up pretty well with Georgia, and so I'll go with Alabama.
Indiana versus Ohio State.
I'm going with the Buckeyes. I'm going to pick them until I shouldn't anymore. And I'll still pick them, even when I shouldn't.
I will take Indiana, not because I think Indiana's better, but I was thinking about this. Ohio State's goal is to win the championship. Winning the Big Ten championship doesn't help them accomplish that goal at all. It doesn't make any difference. Whether they win or lose, they'll still have a bye. They can't really control any of the matchups. So why would they risk injury? Why would they use any of their best plays against Indiana? Indiana, you could say the same thing, but they've never won a Big Ten championship. And I was thinking about this. Remember when the Patriots went undefeated? And the Giants beat them in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The last game of that regular season was the Giants, who had nothing to play for. They were already in the playoffs, versus the Patriots trying to go undefeated. And the Giants played their toughest game, even though there's no reason to, and gave the Patriots a good game, didn't win.
Yeah. But
then they beat them in the Super Bowl. I feel like Kurt Cignetti and Indiana need to prove they are going to try to beat Ohio State to prove it's a belief game for them.
Yeah.
So that they match up with Ohio State again later when Ohio State really needs it. They can be like, well, we gave these guys a tough game. We beat them in the championship game. And so I think Indiana they have a little more motivation to actually, again, more motivation to actually try. Let's move to the NFL.
Colts at Jaguars.
It's a tough pick for me. I wasn't really sure which way to lean on this one, but something's telling me to go Jaguars here.
All right, I'm going Jaguars too. The Colts, for whatever reason, and this goes back several coaches, different quarterbacks, always seem to struggle playing in Jacksonville, even when the Jaguars have been absolutely horrible. The Jaguars aren't that bad. And the Colts have Daniel Jones, who's playing, but he's injured.
Yeah.
So I'll take the Jaguars.
Texans at Chiefs.
This is another one where I really don't know where to lean. The Chiefs have been up and down all season long, but so have the Texans. They've had a lot of injuries. CJ Stroud's been injured. I believe he's playing in this game.
He should be in, yeah.
Yeah. So I think it'll be close, but I'm giving the home field advantage. It's hard to win on the road at Kansas City, and so I'm going to go with the Chiefs here.
It's going to be cold. Andy Reid, the Chiefs have had extra time because they played on Thanksgiving to prepare, and the Chiefs need this.
They absolutely need it.
Contradictory, I think the Texans could very easily be in the Super Bowl, but I don't think they'll win this game against the Chiefs. Let's go to our
upset special.
For the upset special, I'm going with a game that's happening tonight. Friday night games seem to work very well for me when I pick them for my upset. So I've ridden this green wave all year. I think I've made 2 other picks for them for upsets. And so I'm going to continue riding that green wave. I'm picking Tulane to upset North Texas and win the American Athletic Conference.
I just want to stay far away from these games. College, because who knows who's even coaching? You know what I mean? The coaches are leaving. I am going to the NFL. Steelers over the Ravens, obviously. I apologize for this right now, but I'm about to ruin Christmas.
Oh, no. Why?
8772 Radio U. Because I do think there's a lesson that can be learned here.
Okay.
But it's recently been revealed that Jackie Vernon, the voice of Frosty the Snowman, if you watch the Frosty the Snowman special this Christmas.
I haven't watched it yet, but I always watch it.
Yeah, that's Jackie Vernon.
Okay.
That's basically what he's known for now.
Yeah.
I'm sure he did other things back in the day that people knew, but like now it's just Frosty. I was looking through the list. I was like, I don't know what this stuff is. But he's the voice of Frosty. His son just exposed him for having at least 3 secret families
Oh my goodness.
when he was alive.
So like had 4 families total?
That's what it sounds like to me, and that's what we know of it. In fact, like once 3 secret families are confirmed, could there not be more?
Oh my.
That were never exposed.
Oh my.
But his son, whose name is David, was on Nostalgia Tonight with Joe Sibilia, where he gave an interview, and he said that this is David, the son of Jackie Vernon, the voice of Frosty, said that shortly before his father died in 1987 is when David learned of his father's other previous secret families.
Wow.
He said, I mean, I can go into the story, but like a woman showed up at their house and he had answered the door. He could tell something was up. It was him, and this woman talked to David's mom, who was Jackie Vernon's wife at the time, and blah, blah, blah. He asked his mom who it was, and his mom basically confirmed or, gave him all of these details that before their family, his dad, Jackie Vernon, had been married at least 3 times, but that's not all. Not only had he had at least 3 secret families before, also he had sons in each of these marriages, and he kept naming the sons after himself.
Okay.
So he had multiple sons named Ralph. With different women. With different wives. His real name was Ralph.
Okay.
Not Jackie Vernon. And so he kept naming the children after himself. Now, here is, I guess, where the story turns around a little bit, because, once his mom had been aware of this and blah, 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 like it wasn't like they were going to divorce and end everything and whatever. But before they had kids, his mom had made a deal with Jackie Vernon, Ralph Jackie Vernon. And that is that she gets to name their sons and he gets to name the daughters. That's why David, his son, is named David.
And not Ralph.
And she had made that deal because she was aware of these Ralphs.
Yeah.
She thought the Ralphs were unloved, that it wasn't going great for the Ralphs, and she wanted to make sure her children weren't Ralphs.
Yeah.
And so they weren't. Also, Jackie Vernon apparently dealt with drug addiction, depression. So a sad story.
Yeah.
And fairly crazy. I feel like this is a thing that I say it's a different time, not to excuse it, but where I don't think that this is as prevalent as it might have been back in those days.
Well, because you could get away with it a little easier.
Yeah, nobody had phones.
Yeah.
There
You
wasn't
didn't
as
have Facebook
good
profiles.
records. Yeah, that's right. There wasn't location tracking on your phone.
Yeah.
It didn't sound like he was maintaining these. Like these were previous secret families.
He abandoned them,
Yeah.
as David described, which does make this story even more sad because now you have these at least, two or three Ralph kids that are just like, they'll never know their dad. They'll never have that experience of growing up with mom and dad at home. Like that is really sad. And I think the mom was correct in being like, well, I don't want my boys to go through that because these Ralphs seemed unloved. I think she's correct in that. And yeah, that makes it really, really sad. I guess the phrase is still true. Never meet your heroes.
This is the lesson I wanted to learn. Obviously, many of us I don't think we're idolizing Jackie Vernon or Frosty, but just from based off that one role, you think it seems like such a wholesome person. Mm-hmm. But everybody who seems so wholesome, it's not like they all suck, but there's just always a side to them, you know?
It's true.
And this is the problem with idolizing any person,
Yep.
is you never know when it might come out that like something horrible about them happened.
People will always let you down.
Yeah.
Never depend on a person, I feel like.
Would you try this? A chocolate bar inspired by Panda Express.
Okay.
Would you give that a shot?
What's the flavor of the chocolate? Like, what does it taste like?
There's several different options based off of the most iconic dishes served at Panda Express. Obviously, of course, yes, orange chicken is one of them.
Okay.
An orange chicken inspired chocolate bar. There's also the Kung Pao chicken chocolate bar, the honey walnut shrimp, and apparently even their fortune cookies.
I think the fortune cookie is the one I would want to go for.
It says that, so here's a description of the orange chicken inspired Panda Express chocolate bar. It's zesty orange bits and a hint of red chili flakes for a sweet heat kick and creamy milk chocolate finished with crispy rice for crunch. So there's no chicken in it. And that sounds like orange and spice in chocolate. That could be pretty good.
I mean, we talked yesterday about, first to worst, we did cookies.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people mentioned spicy cookies, spicy chocolate. Really enjoying that. So this sounds like this might be right up your alley.
I've had some spicy chocolate that's actually pretty good.
Okay.
The Kung Pao bar has dried chili peppers, crunchy peanut bites, and flaky salt in dark chocolate. The honey walnut shrimp bar is sweet candied walnuts layered with crisp honeycomb and a touch of golden honey in white chocolate. And finally, the Panda Express fortune cookie chocolate bar is crushed. This one is literally crushed Panda Express fortune cookies folded into creamy white chocolate. And it comes with a fortune inside. So these sound, because there's none of the meat, I suppose, involved.
Yeah.
These sound like actually they're pretty just like normal fancy chocolate bars.
Yeah, I don't think they'd be anything disgusting. And so, yeah, I don't think we'd be tasting this and then be like, oh my gosh, I can never have any more of this again. It might not be.
And it's ruined Panda Express for me generally.
Right. It might not be something that you want all the time, but I don't think it would be horrible.
Now you're thinking to yourself, these actually don't sound half bad. How do I get them?
Yeah, where are they available? At Panda Express?
They're available at Panda Express participating locations today. If you order a 2-item plate, you'll be gifted a free fortune cookie bar. Other than that, you have to buy them on the Comparts website.
Comparts?
I believe
What's
that must be the chocolate company that
I've never heard of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now. And one bar is going to cost you $11.95.
Whoa.
Yeah, I wonder how much you get. So this is definitely like fancy.
Premium chocolate.
Yeah, this is premium. So you're taking a little bit of a gamble, but then again, these are fancy. It's a fancy chocolate company, so you got to think that they're not going to let you down.
I mean, I would hope, but I've had chocolate that I've paid way too much for before that I'm like kind of disappointed in.
Yeah. Is it that going to be that much better than just what you could get at the store for half the price?
Right.
But that's not Panda Express inspired. I will say, since we would have to get the 3 different bars and then also the fortune, I mean, we'd have to spend like upwards of $40.
Yeah, that's not worth it.
So I don't think this is going to be a food fight, just based off of monetary reasons.
Yeah, that's expensive.
But if you missed our last food fight, we just tried the SpongeBob Krabby Patty Meal from Burger King. You can watch that on the RadioU Mornings YouTube channel. Did you know that for years now, a Rock'em Sock'em Robots movie has been in development?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Apparently, it's been kind of tough to get off the ground. But there's been a development.
Okay.
Since this was first announced, Vin Diesel has been attached to it in some way. Mm-hmm. But after a few years of kind of languishing in developmental purgatory, Vin Diesel has finally taken matters into his own hands.
Okay.
I guess he's so passionate
about
making a Rock'em Sock'em Robots movie that he has decided that, fine, I will write, star, and produce the Rock'em Sock'em Robots movie.
Do everything.
Yeah, except direct. That was my mistake.
Okay.
But he has taken over basically everything for a Rock'em Sock'em Robot movie.
Okay. I mean, I don't hate it. I don't know what to expect with a movie like this. The only thing I think about with Rock'em Sock'em Robots is the scene, I think it's the Santa Claus 2, when he's bringing in all of the gifts for like the adults that work at the school, like, and it's like kids' toys that they always wanted when they were a kid.
Right.
And one of them wanted the Rock'em Sock'em Robots, and so he brings that.
Yeah.
That's really the only, like, I never had this growing up.
No, I don't think I ever played. I don't know if I ever played with Rock'em Sock'em Robots. I remember one of the Toy Stories it has the Rock'em Sock'em Robots and they fight and one of their heads pops off.
Yep.
That's my familiarity with Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Yeah, so they're going to have to come up with some type of interesting storyline, I guess, for how this works. If it's like they're like, what do they call it? Do they call it mech? Like a mech suit or something like that? Maybe they do something like that.
You mean like exactly what they did with Real Steel in 2011, which was essentially Rock'em Sock'em Robots, but not.
I didn't even know what that was. I've never seen that.
That was like a big, they were big giant robots.
And they'd fight each
And
other.
they fought, but they had people inside controlling it. Yeah.
That's a big anime thing.
Yeah, that's basically that's kind of what this is. So maybe that could work. The other thing I'm thinking is this is Mattel is the company that makes Rock'em Sock'em or made them. I don't know if they still actually exist, but you sign up to make a movie like this and you're thinking we are going to merchandise and make this it's got to be family friendly and something that we can get kids to buy more toys from. Mm-hmm. How are they going to make toys like the Rock'em Sock'em robot nobody wants anymore?
Maybe if they
How are you going to make it relevant to children?
Yeah,
now?
That's a good question. Maybe they need to make
that's why it hasn't worked.
Maybe they need to make it a video game.
They're like, we could actually make a pretty good movie. But what the heck toys are we going to sell from this?
Well, what if they did a partnership with Fortnite and suddenly you could play in a mech?
That always works.
Yeah.
That always works.
That gets the kids.
Yeah.
Gets the
you
kids
could have
going.
Anybody direct and star in this movie, even Vin Diesel. And if you can get Fortnite involved,
right.
somehow it'll get some kids involved
Mattel
too,
seems to have figured out the way to translate toy into movie quite well. Think of how well the Barbie movie did. I don't know if this could do as well. I don't know if this could do as well. Barbie's a little more well-known than Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
A little more well-known, a little more still relevant, a little more story to tap into.
Yes.
A little less Vin Diesel.
Yep.
But I don't know. Are you interested in a Vin Diesel-centered Rock'em Sock'em Robot movie? Let us know. 8772 Radio U. Last night, one of the most amazing streaks in sports came to an end. 8772 Radio U. LeBron James. Every game he's participated in the NBA since January 6th of 2007, he had scored double digits. He'd scored at least 10 points until last night.
Wow.
This streak could have gambled on this streak to continue.
Right.
That's how old the streak is.
That's crazy.
At least in many states. Last night versus the Toronto Raptors, LeBron played but did not get to the 10 points he would have needed to extend the streak. So 1,297 games is where the streak comes to an end.
Wow. What an amazing streak and what an amazing career. I know LeBron is a controversial figure. As a Cleveland Cavaliers fan, I've been a part of that controversy, the ups and downs with LeBron James.
Yeah.
I'm forever grateful for him bringing a championship to Cleveland, and I don't think even with the controversy, you can deny how amazing of a player he's been in the NBA and honestly continues to be, even though he's in his old age, basically, for an NBA player.
Let me ask you this. Obviously, LeBron in the argument for greatest of all time. But right now, he didn't even score 10 points last night. Tell me the best player on the Cavaliers you would trade for LeBron straight up. If contracts didn't matter.
I don't want LeBron back on the Cavs. I don't.
That's how bad he is at this point.
And also, it's because of his name and his reputation, he continues to be a valuable player, even though he's not playing as well as he used to. I mean, he's older. And so, but it's like we would have to get rid of so many of our young, very talented players. I wouldn't want to do that.
I'm just asking straight up, if you could trade
1 for 1?
Yeah, 1 for 1 and contracts didn't matter. Would you trade Jared Allen for LeBron?
No shot. No shot would I trade Jared Allen, because we've seen when you don't have Jared Allen on the court for the Cavs, not a good night.
Would you trade Evan Mobley?
Nope.
Darius Garland?
Nope.
Well, you definitely wouldn't trade Donovan Mitchell.
Absolutely not.
So that's how bad LeBron is now.
I think his time in Cleveland, it wrapped up. It ended on a good note. And
what's his name? Jarrett Tyson? Would you trade him for LeBron?
I don't think it's Jarrett Tyson. We got
Tyson.
Ty Jerome.
Would you trade Ty Jerome?
No, I would not trade Ty Jerome.
LeBron's not good enough to ride the bench on the Cavaliers, you're telling me.
Ty Jerome was great.
I don't think you're wrong. I think LeBron at this point, he's fit to play a bit role on a team. He should have.
And
if he just entered the league today and he didn't have all this history,
Right.
He should, like, the player he is today should be playing
I think
less than 20 minutes a night.
Right. I think he still could have games where he goes off.
Yeah.
Those still occasionally happen, but he's currently in a situation where he doesn't need to. I mean, Austin Reeves scored like 40 plus points last night, and he's got Luka Doncic on his team who's scoring like 50 points a night when he plays, and so he just doesn't need to be that number one guy anymore.
But then, okay, what if we flip this? Would the Lakers be better off if they could just swap LeBron for Jared Allen?
Again, LeBron is a big draw. If they had Jared Allen,
but do they want to draw? I mean, it's the Lakers, but do they want to draw or do they want to win?
I think they do want to be the Showtime Lakers, and they do like having a big draw like LeBron James. But would their team be better if they had somebody like Jared Allen? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Jared Allen is a plus player on any team.
It's crazy. LeBron's going to he'll be an all-star and stuff.
Oh,
and I guess he's a star, but he's not good enough for that at this point.
I mean, again, it's impressive with what he's doing. How old is he now? 42, 43?
Yeah, but that's not how it works.
No, but I mean, for what he's doing at his age, in perspective.
He's one of the most amazing 40-whatever-year-olds in the world.
Exactly.
But he's not one of the most amazing basketball players anymore.
I don't think you could put him in that category anymore.
Sorry, LeBron. Get your popcorn ready. It's our Friday tradition, the weekend watch list, letting you know which movies are new that you could be watching in theaters and at home this weekend. Buckle up because we got a lot of choices.
Okay.
The big new release in theaters this weekend, Five Nights at Freddy's 2. 1 year has passed since the supernatural nightmare of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Former security guard Mike has kept the truth from his 11-year-old sister Abby concerning the fate of her animatronic friends. When Abby sneaks out to reconnect with Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy, she sets into motion a terrifying series of events that reveal dark secrets about the true origin of Freddy's.
Uh-oh.
Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is now in theaters. It has an 11% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, man. I thought the first one was pretty well received, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, you're a horror aficionado. Did you watch the first one?
You know what? I never did. I don't know if it's on streaming somewhere. I might have to check it out.
I feel like Peacock. If I had to guess, I feel like Peacock.
Okay, of course I don't have that one.
Josh Bell of Tom's Guide says there are plenty of Easter eggs in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, but those don't make up for the terrible plotting, characterization, pacing, dialogue, and performances.
Oh, that makes me really sad.
Somehow, though, I don't feel like that's going to stop people from going to see Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
The first one did surprisingly well.
Yeah. But if you want to stay in this weekend and you don't want to see a horribly reviewed movie about animatronic bears, you can watch Jay Kelly, starring George Clooney and Adam Sandler, directed by Noah Baumbach. There's plenty of other notable cast members as well. Jay Kelly. Famous movie star Jay Kelly and his devoted manager Ron embark on an unexpectedly profound journey through Europe. Along the way, both men confront the choices they've made, relationship with loved ones, and the legacies they'll leave behind.
Sounds pretty cushy.
Jay Kelly is now on Netflix. It has a 77% on Rotten Tomatoes.
All right.
So maybe there's some stuff in there that could be worth watching. Maybe some Oscar-worthy type things from George Clooney, perhaps.
It sounds boring. I gotta be honest.
It definitely does.
So boring.
Alyssa Wilkinson of the New York Times says it feels personal, not just to Clooney, but also to Baumbach.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean it's good.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know who Noah Baumbach is. What else has he directed?
Well, he was, I can't remember, married to Greta Gerwig. So he helped her with Barbie. He did that movie with Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson where they're
Marriage
getting
Story?
divorced. Yeah, I hated that movie.
Yeah, that was also boring.
No, he's done, hold on, let's pause everything. What else has Noah Baumbach done? He did Fantastic Mr. Fox, but he didn't. Okay.
It all looks like a pretty boring list
Either
of
way,
movies.
Personal or not, doesn't mean it's interesting.
No.
That's on Netflix.
Sorry, Noah.
Let's move on. This is also on Netflix. How about this? How about My Secret Santa, starring Alexandra Breckenridge? A single mom needs a job. A ski resort needs a Santa. Disguised as a Saint Nick lookalike, can Taylor fool a charming hotel heir into ho hiring her? My Secret Santa is now on Netflix.
This sounds very Hallmark.
It's basically, yes, but it's essentially it's Mrs. Doubtfire.
Okay.
But it's not Robin Williams. It's Alexandra Breckenridge, and she's trying to be Santa to see her kids. Luna Guthrie of Collider says, My Secret Santa feels like one of the more forgettable Christmas movies of the year. That's saying something.
I mean, there's a lot of Christmas movies made every year, though.
Seriously. But it doesn't have a Rotten Tomatoes score. It's not enough reviews yet. Okay. Finally, Oh, What Fun, starring Michelle Pfeiffer, Chloe Grace Moretz, Dennis Leary, and yet again, there's a lot of other names I could go into. An all-star cast. Claire plans a special Christmas. However, she is, does this sound familiar? Forgotten by her family.
Oh my goodness.
When they finally realize that she's missing, their holiday is at risk until she returns to give them the celebration they deserve. Oh, What Fun is now on Prime Video. It has a 38% on Rotten Tomatoes. And Coleman Spilled of Salon.com says, Oh, What Fun may not be a perfect film, but it's just right for anyone who turns into a needy terror around the holidays, whether they realize it or not.
I do love Dennis Leary.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in a while.
I know.
But a lot of other names that you would kind of recognize in Oh, What Fun. But the reviews don't really back up that it's worth watching. Also, this is not brand new, but it's now new on streaming. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning is on Paramount Plus.
All right.
I feel like I'd recommend that over anything else we just mentioned.
I think so.
Or just classic Christmas movies.
That, or maybe go see a movie that's been out for a week or two.
Zootopia 2.
Wicked for Good.
No, not that. Or listen to the RadioU Christmas channel.
Yeah, watch the Yule log.
RadioU.com and the RadioU app. Think in your head right now of your biggest fan. Like the person in your life, hopefully everybody has at least one that always seems to like cheer you on, that seems to support you even when you're down on yourself, that they're like, no, like you can do it. Oh, you did a great job. Mm-hmm. Like I don't know why I sounded like, did I sound like Jennifer Coolidge right
You
there?
did.
You did a great job. Yeah. I didn't mean that. That wasn't.
I wish Jennifer Coolidge was my biggest fan.
Yeah, me too. Maybe that could pump you up a little bit.
I'm a big fan
like,
of her.
Imagine Jennifer Coolidge cheering you on.
I think I'd just be laughing all the time.
Needed a boost. But I can think of a few people. It's obviously different people throughout like different periods of your life. I can think of a few people at Radio U. Mm-hmm. And when you interact with those people, it feels like it's such a boost.
Yeah.
And it's like you wish you could have more of that. You wish you could have more of that in your life of like people cheering you on. It's the people that like shoot you straight.
Yeah.
But they're going to be positive and they're going to like build you up.
Yeah.
When you go online and like it feels like there's so many people that are way more likely to want to comment something negative than even leave a like, and even the likes don't feel as good as all those negative comments. It's good to have the people that cheer you on.
Yeah.
God is one of those people. I feel like for some reason, I don't know why this is, but we get it in our minds that God is angry with us and that God is one of the angry commenters, that like you can literally, like there's a voice in your head that's telling you all the time, like, oh, that wasn't good enough. Oh, you shouldn't have done that. And for some reason, many people are like, that's God, isn't it? Like God's the one doing that. It's not God.
Yeah.
Jesus is cheering you on. Jesus is your biggest supporter. He's a cheerleader for you. He has made you to do amazing things. And all he wants to do is see you accomplish those amazing things.
Absolutely. And he has a plan for your life. And also, I think what's important to remember about our relationship with Jesus is he gives you the keys for success in life. You know, on our own, the Bible describes it, we can't do anything apart from Christ. We can't do anything that actually amounts to stuff. And so, like, I feel like it's important to remember that the recipe for success actually comes with having that relationship with Jesus, who is your biggest fan. He does want you to live a happy and successful life and a life that feels so fulfilling. And the only way you can get to that is with a relationship with him. So yeah, he 100% is your biggest fan, but also the only way that you can really have success in life is by, having that relationship with him.
So think about that. Think about Jesus cheering you on instead of trying to bring you down and point out all the negatives. And then take that to the next step by actually finding out straight from God. Talk to Jesus. Let him talk to you. and let him cheer you on. See what that is actually like. If you want to know more, you can go to radiou.com/free gift. But you can also just literally start talking to God right now and say, hey, Jesus, I want you in my life. I want to feel that love and that support coming straight from you, and see what changes. All right, who's wrong in this situation? 8772 RadioU. This happened on the New York subway. A man has posted a video accusing a woman of breaking his Meta AI Ray-Ban glasses in half.
Okay.
The video shows him holding the two halves of the glass where it like broken right in the middle.
Yeah.
And accusing a woman that was on the subway of doing that. He says he filed a complaint with the police. He's calling it an assault.
Oh.
She has been trying to remain anonymous, but now her face is all over the internet, although I don't know that she's been identified or tracked down or facing any charges.
Yeah.
But there's also not really a lot of evidence that this guy was even filming her with the AI glasses the Meta glasses in the first place.
Okay.
That she was the subject of anything. That's debatable, but there's no videos of that except for after the glasses have been broken.
Yeah.
So why did she need to go ahead and do this?
Yeah, why'd she break them?
So who's wrong here?
Who's wrong here?
Yeah.
Well, I would say the person that damaged property probably in the wrong.
Okay, so she should face charges.
I don't know if she should face charges, but just, don't do this. I get you may be not a fan of the Meta AI, whatever they're called, glasses.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a fan of them. But I'm not going to go take them off somebody's face and break them.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty rude.
That's wrong. I mean, that's a crime.
Yeah.
Regina at 8772 RadioU says he's in the wrong for wearing them. They're dumb.
Again, I agree. I think they're very dumb. I don't get the appeal of why people would want to wear them in public. And that can lead to some frustrating feelings, which I'm assuming is why this woman broke them.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think I don't think the response is to break something. It's the classic, like, two wrongs don't make a right.
Yeah.
And I feel like she's just wronging him because she doesn't like the Meta glasses. But that's not the response you should have.
And what she needs... Okay, let's say he was filming her with these glasses, right? Because that's what the concern is, that you can wear these glasses and be filming anybody and not really have them know out in public. And while they do have a light that indicates that, you can also make that light not be visible.
Oh.
But there's no evidence that he was even filming her in the first place. But then once she did go over there and break his glasses, then whoever's with him and other people probably are filming this woman because she just did something wild on the subway.
Yeah, she did something very uncalled for.
And now they all have their phones out, filming her. And I think what's probably reasonable to think is that it wasn't about the glasses necessarily, that she didn't know that he was wearing Meta
She
Ray-Ban.
had no idea they were Meta glasses.
She just thought he was being annoying for some other reason, which is possible too, based off of what I've read about this. But
what are you, a Disney bully? You're gonna go break somebody's glasses?
Seriously.
Like, what?
How old are you? Exactly. It sounds like an 80s movie or something. So it's definitely wrong, but people are celebrating her in the comments a bit because, like Regina said, the glasses do kind of suck.
Yeah.
But, okay, here's my next question then. You can't go break somebody's glasses.
No.
What do we do to stop the rise
I
of
think
these
we
glasses?
make it so uncool that it's like absolutely shameful for you to be seen in them.
So like verbally bully people.
Now, I don't know if I would say verbally bully them because I don't want to like then also become the Disney bully that's like, what a loser.
Okay.
That doesn't change anything. But I think just like in your conversations with people, just casual put downs against Meta glasses.
Let's say Nene walked in here this morning.
Wearing them?
And he's wearing Meta glasses for the first time.
Yeah.
What do you say to him?
I wouldn't say anything to him.
What?
I'd be talking to you, and I would be mentioning how much I think they're so ridiculous.
And you want him to overhear that?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Passive-aggressive bullying.
I don't think that's going to work. I don't know. I think we need some more steps taken.
Thanks for listening to the RadioU podcast. Don't forget to rate and review the show.